Hey everybody, I'm Victor Brooks and welcome back for another episode of the Indie Fam series at Broadsides. When I say Broadsides, Broadsides right here downtown Wake Forest, North Carolina on White Street. And as you know, we are dedicated through our mission, not a moment, but a mission here of the Indie Fam series in support of the artist and their journey. We get to know the artist. We get to know what the artist, their passion for their artistry, what drives their artistry. Where did they come from? Where do they want to go? When we're scrolling through social media, we love the artistry that we see. It draws us to keep on that page for those few seconds, for those few minutes. But something about that artist, we want to know even more. And this is why we do what we do. Thank you for joining us again. And today, I'm so excited to bring to the show today, Austin Falvey. Austin Falvey, 20 years old, y'all. The next generation of artistry. The next generation that's keeping this artistic movement going. Once again, not a moment, but a movement. Austin, thank you so much for being here, man.
Thank you.
Thank you. I see you got your, like we call your axe, what you work with, ready to go, you know. Tell me about what you're holding, man.
So this is my Selmer baritone saxophone. Some people don't necessarily know what a baritone saxophone is. They usually only see alto and tenors. So this is the lower end of the saxophone family. In a big band section, there's usually 2 altos, 2 tenors, and 1 baritone. It's in the same key as the alto sax, in E flat, but it's an entire octave lower.
Okay. Let me tell you something, man. Already in the first 3 minutes, much respect for what you do and how you do, man. Music is who you are, isn't it? Mm-hmm. It's what you breathe, isn't it, man?
Yeah.
Why?
So the way that I tend to explain it to people is growing up, and I mean, my parents being very musically inclined and my whole household, hearing music around, whether it be Nat King Cole or Stevie Wonder growing up, I would get like an emotional feeling from it. And then going to see live music, the emotion that the performer can either make you feel as an audience or portray through what they're expressing really like resonated with me. Wow. And so by playing my instrument, the ultimate goal is to be able to do that, to express the feelings that I'm feeling outwardly with my instrument, with my voice, through my instrument, or to invoke emotions and feelings into the audience.
What does it feed your soul when you pick up your axe, man? How is your soul fed?
There are some things that I feel I can't express with my words that just blowing through the instrument can express and get out there.
Yeah. You know what, man? I just had my 60th, I can't even say it blows my mind sometimes, but I just had my 60th last May, right? And I can remember the time, and other empaths and ambiverts can co-sign with this. I realized I was an ambivert, which is, as you know, a combination of introvert, extrovert. Somewhere in the middle, I fall, and others fall into that. But I concur and co-sign with what you just said, man, that a lot of times I didn't want to do the words to talk about it. And it was here. That's even before I knew what really artistry and being an artist was all about, you dig? I just knew I had this feeling, and expressing it was more musical. And before I learned how to play a guitar, and I only played just enough to write a song and then give it to a real guitar player, but it was something about music, something about artistry that allowed me that safe space, you know? You kind of see what I'm saying?
I totally understand. One thing that I think drew me, whether subconsciously or if I knew it early on, to playing an instrument, especially one as large as this, is growing up, my sister and my parents, they did theater, and they tried to get me into that world, but I always I was always like too stage fright.
Gotcha.
I had a lot of stage fright. And once I started picking up the instrument and I started having concerts, I was nervous, but it felt a little bit easier hiding behind the instrument.
Yeah.
And so I kind of, that's how I view it, where it's like, it's still me, but I can kind of hide behind the instrument a little bit and let that be the microphone.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Co-signing again, I definitely understand. Because to be honest, I'd rather stay in the recording booth. But the energy I feel, when you do go and when you do perform live and you do connect, do you feel a connection with your audience, or is your performance an isolated healing? Which one is it for you?
When playing live, especially if, depending on the audience, but it has to do with the way the band is feeling. And then if the band is feeling good and everyone in the band is having a good time, you can see the audience can feel that, and then they go along with it. I've had some incredible experiences playing with big bands in New York City where the whole band is just energetic and the whole audience is just having a great time. And I just walk off the bandstand with the biggest smile on my face because, like,
That's it.
I just get to have fun doing what I love.
More like fly off the bandstand. I know a couple of times I've flown off those wings. So it's like a medicine for our soul in ways. You know, it heals a lot of things. What are you, at your generation, 20 years old, and already in the first few minutes, like I said, you broke down the details of a saxophone, from the notes, from the scale of what this instrument is. You know your stuff, you know. And is it a reason that did you just automatically connect with not just the playing of it, but the integral education of it, the whole arena of this that you found yourself as an artist in?
I think that a lot of that was influenced by the teachers that I had and how they didn't want it to be just playing this music, primarily jazz that I play, just because I'm doing it, playing it why, and like where the music comes from. And having incredible teachers, my middle school band director was Renee Todd at Ligon Middle School. She just retired, but she just won a major award for being an incredible educator, music educator. And I was in the Triangle Youth Philharmonic Association in the Triangle Youth Jazz program. And I worked with Lisa Byrne. She was another incredible educator that really cared about where the music came from and why everybody's playing each instrument and the role they have in a band and stuff.
Go ahead, man. So at a young age, you, should I say, felt the bug? Is that a thing for it? And then you had these mentors, teachers, people around, your parents as well, who are artists themselves. So you had a camp. You had a group of people. And that leads me, I ask artists this all the time, man. How important is the unity of artistry in an artist's development, meaning other artists that you connect with? How important is that to not so much a competition of there's healthy competition and there's unhealthy competition, but how important is connecting with other artists in this journey?
So me currently going into my junior year at SUNY Purchase in New York for jazz studies as my major. Having everybody in my class around me also pursuing the same thing and having the same drive, I find myself, we'll get in a practice room together and we'll bounce ideas off of each other and we'll show each other things where it's, oh, this is what I play over this is what I play over this. Hey, I've been working on this, let's learn this tune together. That, and then once, say, somebody wants me to learn a tune, then we're out at a session, and he's like, yo, let's play that. You just learned it, let's play it. It, like, rising tide raises all boats kind of thing.
No, don't stop. Go for it, man, because I'm telling you why. I get emails and conversations from artists, especially, and I gotta be honest, the younger artists who realize their artistry at an age just like you did, that, wow, there's something here. I feel different. Let's just keep it. Artists, we think different from others that are not artists. We love harder. We hurt harder. We are passionate about what this is. A lot of us we're the quiet ones. We're the different ones. And that's a lifetime thing for a lot of us. So like you just mentioned, when you were surrounded by the other people, those players, and you're rehearsing and you're vibing and you're gigging and you're doing your thing, would I venture to say that in some ways, some kind of change just got up off me for a minute, and I'm in here with the rest of these cats. Do you get that feeling?
Yeah.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. How does that feel, man?
I mean, that's why I do it. I mean, that's
that's the answer I wanted to hear. That's it. Go ahead.
It's the best feeling in the world. I mean, there's plenty of other things I could have done, but I decided that I wanted to go to school for music kind of late. It was like, there's a few things I could do, but my senior year, I really thought about it, and I was like, I can't let this go. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I have to keep playing my instrument, because there was a time during the pandemic that it got hard for me because I didn't have that kind of camaraderie, and I wasn't playing with people a lot. I had online band classes where my band director would go on and we would check in and tell us to go practice.
Look at that.
And it made it really hard because playing with other musicians is so fulfilling. Mm-hmm. But the teacher I talked about earlier, Lisa Byrne, I was having weekly rehearsals with the Triangle Youth Jazz Orchestra, and we had them in an open, at a park, in an open area. Yeah. We all had the masks with the holes for our instruments, and that is the thing that had me playing every week.
Look at that.
And once we came out of that, I mean, I'm forever grateful for her, because I don't know if I'd still be playing my instrument.
I got you, man.
So once I got to my senior year, having almost stopped, I was like, I have to keep doing it.
Look at that, man. We're glad you did. We're glad you do now. And in a minute, man, I'm going to ask you to blow that sax, man. But before I do, what do you hope? What do you hope your journey as an artist will eventually give you as an artist, provide for you as an artist? What do you want your own journey to provide for you?
Like I was talking about earlier, I think the way that my teachers have influenced me, and I've gone out and seen the musicians that I look up to evoke emotions in me and make me feel things. I want to be able to do that. And that's the ultimate goal.
The ultimate goal, man, to continue your artistry. Mm-hmm. Go ahead and whatever you want to get down with, man. That's there.
I'm just going to play first half of If You Could See Me Now.
You got it. Oh, no. Wait a minute, Austin, come on, man. That was fantastic. If anybody is a natural, you are, man. The way your vibrato sleuths through there, the way your cut tone does right after your vibrato before you go back into your thing, you know what I'm saying. All right, so it's like, that was fantastic, man. You make us old heads proud. In a lot of ways, man. 20 years old, and you have the feel of an artist. You just don't pick up an axe and play like that. You don't just pick up an axe and give that feeling, man, of what it is that we need when we hear you. And what I felt you giving yourself while you were giving it to us. Much respect, Austin. Keep on keeping on, man. Please do that. I didn't, you know, back when I was little, and those my age will remember we had a cartoon called Georgia the Jungle. He's like, where is he going with this? But Georgia the Jungle would have cliffhangers. He'd be flying along and all of a sudden he'd think something's going to keep going, but the mountain would hit him. Boom. And that's it. That's how I felt when you think. That's how I felt, man. I was like, I'm into this. You were healing me, man. We got to come, would you come back and do another episode, man, where we talk more about your generation as an artist, your generation of artists, and what it means to you to be one of the ones who are continuing the legacy of jazz. Yeah, the legacy of jazz, man, is in its own self a whole Ken Burton documentary thing, but would you come back and do that, man?
Of course.
Thank you for your time. Brother.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it today. Here with Austin, our 20-year-old Indie Fam series, newest family member. And we thank you for your time, for joining us every time you do to meet probably your next favorite artist, your next favorite dancer, your next favorite whatever of artistic expression. We thank you for your time here at the Indie Fam series at Broadsides. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.